broads in Atlanta. Just to throw me in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Hitting the licks in the band. Legacies.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hey, how we doing? How we doing? Look. Let me get in the right kind of feel over here. And everything always got to start out wild like this. Let's try that one right there. See how that one looks. Boom. Fucking unbelievable. About to get this right here in a minute, cats and cadettes. Get this one right. Get it right. Out of sight, dynamite, baby. Man, I hope everybody's had a great weekend, had a great Monday. I got no complaints. Same usual complaints, so nothing new. Nothing new. Let's save that one. Let's see if that one looks better. No. All right. Anyway, thank you for being here on the So Fucking Great Variety Show. I'm the So Fucking Great host with the most, Mad Max. That's me. And thank you for being here. If you haven't done so already, hit that like, subscribe, share, and notify. All that stuff. First things first. First thing is first. We're going to rewind for just a second. I'm going to find a better spot because this shit's driving me crazy right here. You know what? For all intents and purposes, let me put myself up in the corner. There. You can see me. That's what I'm on right here. For all intents and purposes, real quick, plug out to the sponsor of the show, Grassroots KC. Use code MAX10. Save yourself 10%. None but the best. Save you some green on some green, especially in these trying economic times that we're going through currently. Yes, right now. Use the code 110% money back guarantee, and no one's ever had a complaint. So that's saying something right there. No doubt. No doubt. Excuse me. I wasn't on as much as I wanted to be, and it was due to the fact of lack of mobility and pain. So as much as I wanted to be on and do a live actually Friday night for the Chiefs game, etc., it wasn't happening. So I'm glad I could be on at least for a little bit tonight and air a couple of things out. First off, let me put it up here, and I want to say thank you to both the Universe Galaxy and Raw Sports Radio for coming onto the debate last week. I appreciate them both being here. I appreciate them both taking out the time to be on here to take part in that debate, and I appreciate both of them. I've spoken with them both since then, either through email or via text and actual conversations with Dave. I communicate with Dave on the phone. We just text and talk. And as far as Galaxy goes, I emailed him and we communicated. So we should be able to get Dave and Galaxy back on the show again in the near future, I hope, and have a debate / discussion. Now, let me, aside from thanking both of them, and I think they're both great channels. They both have great content. They both know what they're talking about. And I'll get to this here in just a second. Knowing what I know now prior to what I had known then and the extent of where the animosity was between the two of them gives a little bit more context as to why the debate, discussion, whatever you want to call it, went the way it did. And let me just say this. This is my channel. This is my show. All right. I own what happens and I stand on it. I stand on my word and I stand on business 100%, no matter what. I got the emails between myself and Galaxy's exchange, and I did say that I was going to moderate, mediate, referee, whatever you want to say, however you want to look at it. And did I fail at doing that? If you want to look at it like that, if that's how you see it, that's fine. The way I look at it and the way I see it is different, and I'll get to that in a second as well. But ultimately, Everything and anything that happens on this channel, it's on me, and I own it. Good, bad, otherwise, it's on me, nobody else. If I have two individuals that are supposed to come here, have a discussion, have a debate, and they have unpleasant things to say about one another right out the bat, there's none I can control. I don't want to mute anybody's mics because I don't want my mic muted. I've had some heated debates and discussions. If you want to look at one of mine with Big E about Gaza and Palestine, we didn't go into it guns blaring and blazing. We started off one way and it, got into the weeds in way of how we treated one another, in way of how we spoke to one another and how we approached one another and how we spoke and how much, it wasn't about respect. It was about the fact of disrespect and the amount of disrespect that one is willing to tolerate. Now, with that being said, I was aware that Galaxy and Dave had communicated in the past via emails. I've never seen the emails. I have already seen the emails since the show. Dave showed them to me. Now, I'm not saying that there's a disdain between either one of them or they don't like each other or anything like that. No. You got to understand that the reason you're watching this show is A, because I hope that you like it and you like what I say and you like the content, you like my perspective, etc. But also B, because I'm going to be real and raw. I don't play favorites. Whether you're my friend or not. You come on here, you have something to say, discussion, debate, boom, you got the here you go. And that goes for anybody. There's always an invite there in the comments link. You can hop on here anytime you want. It's an open panel show. It's an open panel mic discussion about whatever topic there is. Anyway, so I was aware that Dave and Galaxy were familiar with one another, all right? But I wasn't aware contextually, because I haven't seen it or hadn't seen it, their exchanges via emails about having a debate with one another on what platform, etc., etc. And there were some unpleasantries and exchange between the both of them. Nobody's innocent here, including myself, and I'm not making excuses for anything. Appreciate the comment there. Franchise Dads and that day streamers, 700 viewers, $100. Look, man, I'm not trying to pay. You can subscribe, that's cool, but nobody's getting paid. I'm not getting paid. What am I going to pay you for? You know what I'm saying? That's not the way I operate. Anyway, so there was a little bit of animosity there. I didn't know the extent of it. And though Galaxy mentioned that there's a guy named Dave that, he's been going back and forth with through emails, etc., he wasn't, being nice to him, whatever. Dave said, that he'd been going through, some verbal exchanges through email with Galaxy at the same time, but he never said that, anything out of the ordinary, anything crazy. So to me, it's just normal stuff. You got a little bit of regular sports beef is what I call it. You got sports beef. You got a difference of opinions when it comes to certain things. That's perfectly normal. That's why the name of the show, as far as the title goes, is they can bring people together, but they could also cause some friction, right? And this is where the friction was caused. The emails basically pertain to them calling each other names and being, if you want to call it disrespectful, whatever, you being disrespectful to each other. If using profanity against one another and disrespecting and calling each other names, saying shit about each other, that's whatever you want to call it. That's just talking shit to me. That's just getting prepared for the fight. So when Dave gets on the show, he's ready to go because, the email exchange that he just had prior to with Galaxy, he's ready to just launch into a full-fledged attack. And I'd be the same way, 100%. And I'm not defending Dave, and I'm not saying anything bad about Galaxy. I don't care if you guys talk shit to each other. I don't care if you like each other, dislike each other, like me, don't like me. It doesn't matter. That's not the point. It's entertainment, and it's also educational. So I get some pushback. Why? Because I was accused of putting out the red carpet for Dave and not being fair with Galaxy, etc., etc. Well, check this out. I'm like the referee, and this is like a prize fight between two boxers. All right? Round one, They're both coming out at each other. What am I going to do? Stop the fight because they look aggressive before it even starts? Come on, man. You ever seen a press conference between two fighters, two boxers, and them talking shit to each other? And them saying nasty shit, getting in each other's faces, giving each other some bad breath, sometimes even touching one another? Yeah, same thing here. Same way I look at it. That's why I didn't mute mics. And if you go back to it, and I don't need to replay it, you can rewatch it for yourself. I said nothing when Galaxy was saying things like Michael Jordan fans are the worst fans ever. I let him speak. I didn't show favoritism like, hey, don't say that. I did say that was his opinion, you know, and you can say that all you want. You can say Michael Jordan fans are the worst fans in the world, and I don't care. That's your opinion. There's no way you could prove that other than, you know, getting somebody that doesn't like what you said so much that it pisses them off to the point where they want to rip your head off. But I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not dying on that hill. You know this already. Sports is sports. I enjoy the game of basketball. I give you 5 names. You can put them in whatever order you want. If I give you Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, Kareem, and Will Chamberlain, and Larry Bird, I give you those 5 names. You put them in whatever order you want. I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and make a case on anybody. I've seen enough of these guys play over the last 50 years to know who's got it and who doesn't have it. And it's more than the 2-man race. I want to see all the contestants. That way we could have a fair and equal assessment of who the greatest is and who the greatest isn't. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. Now, the show starts. I give Galaxy, I think, the first 12 minutes because Dave was running late. 15 minutes. First 15 minutes, Galaxy has to say whatever he wants, and he's answering the questions, which I had pre-made. Nobody knew what the questions were except for me. I was going to ask the questions, and if you watch the whole debate, I did ask most of the questions that I had, and I was going to ask them both to Galaxy and to Super Dave, but obviously I only had Super Dave left after the 2 to 3 minute exchange that they had. And instead of, you know, going with the exchange, you just getting through that first, you know, couple tough minutes, if you want to call it that, of shit talking. And that's all it was to me, was just shit talking. Yeah, well, I'm going to mute your mics. And I did mute both mics, by the way. I gave a little spiel about not sitting here and arguing and yelling and screaming because nobody wants to watch that. They want to hear a debate. They want to have a discussion that's being held, and they want to listen to it and hopefully be able to chime in and even jump on if need be. So it's not a matter of I didn't do things or did do things to favor one person or another. It's got nothing to do with that. I don't operate that way. It's not how I run. I don't do that shit. And like I said, I let Galaxy speak, and Dave, I didn't say stop or anything like that. When I muted mics, I muted both mics. I did the shit equally. I said the same thing to both people. When I unmuted the mics, they went right back at it, and I didn't have a problem with it. If they're going to talk shit to each other and get some shit off their chest that they've been exchanging through emails and actually do it on a platform where they could hear one another, then yeah, go ahead and do it. It's all good. And like I said, the emails, I've seen them. Dave showed them to me. And neither one of them are being nice to one another. So there's no bad guy, good guy. It doesn't work that way. It wasn't like that. There was just more animosity between the two of them that I had anticipated. And that, once again, it's my show. I was the moderator, the referee, the host, all the above. It's on me. It's on nobody else, just on me. Dave didn't do anything wrong. Galaxy didn't do anything wrong. Everything is on me. I own it. I stand on it. I stand on my word, and I stand on business. But I'm telling you like this. If I'm in a debate with somebody and they come out and they're yelling at me or they're cussing at me, I'm not going to bow out of the debate, and I'm not going to bow or go to the other person and tell them to mute the mic. I'm going to continue. I'm going to get through it. All right. Your cortisol starts flowing. You got flight, fight, or freeze. I'm going to continue to fight. Now you can go ahead and talk shit. I'm going to let you finish. Then I'm going to say what I got to say. And we're going to have this debate. It's going to happen. It might take 3, maybe 4 minutes of shit talking. We're going to get the shit off our chest, but we're going to have this debate. And I think ultimately that's exactly what would have happened if Galaxy would have stayed on the show. And it's not a knock on Galaxy. I understand where he's coming from. I understand where Dave's coming from because I've been on both sides of it. There's not a right or a wrong. That's why I expect there to be a round two, and I hope there is a round two, because whether or not Dave's only got a couple hundred people, he's got twice as many subscribers as I got. All right. I'm just a little guy with 101 awesome subscribers, and I love and appreciate every single one of you guys and gals out there. Don't ever forget that. Without you guys being here, I wouldn't be here. And I'm here because of circumstance. Otherwise, I'd be out there working my ass off like I did the majority of my life. So that's that. That's what I wanted to clear up. That's what I wanted to get off my chest. Ultimately, everything comes down on me. I'm good with that. I'm fine with that. I look forward to having these guys have a discussion, debate, a conversation, whatever you want to call it. At that point, it's just semantics after that. But it's going to happen. And like I said, I emailed Galaxy earlier. I don't think he's responded to me yet, but I've spoken with Dave. And like I said, I was the only white guy on Raw Sports Radio. All right. So I know Dave. I've worked with Dave. This was my second time working with Galaxy. And like I said, I think he's a great host. I think he's got a great channel. He's got, 33,000, whatever subscribers. I think that's fantastic. You can make a living off it and do it. That's awesome. That's super nice. So that, and I think he's insightful. And I also think that he is, like I said, a student of the game. I give him props. I had a great conversation with him exactly a week ago, which is the first time that I'd think might have been Tuesday that we actually had that first conversation. I don't remember. It was sometime last week. You got to find it. You'll see it. It's on the lives. But it was real good. It's about 3 hours long. And we went from everything from sports to, aliens, UFOs, to conspiracies, to everything else in between. So it was good. Nothing but nice things to say about Galaxy and his channel. Check it out. Same with Raw Sports Radio. That's why they're both still up here. You can find them on there on YouTube, or I'm sure they're on other platforms as well. But that's what I wanted to say about that. I own it. You didn't like the way that it went down. The show still went on. The answers to the questions that I asked, that I came up with, were still asked, and they were answered, but they were done so by one person instead of two. I would have liked for Galaxy to come back in. I tried to get him to come back in, but I know that he'd had prior engagement, so it's not like he was scared to come back on the show. Nothing like that. He already had other set shows that he was going to be on later on, so I knew I had a limited amount of time with him, roughly an hour, unless it got, to be longer, in which case we would have went longer, but it just didn't work out that way this time, and as unfortunate as that is, there will always be a next time. So we have that to look forward to. Aside from that, I wish I could tell you that I did some super kick-ass stuff over the weekend, but that would be a lie. I don't do a whole lot to begin with, simply because of, like I said, circumstance. And in my case, circumstance would be the fact that I don't get around so well. I don't walk so well. This whole disability thing is really throwing a bit of a monkey wrench in my style. But a little bit of good news on that. I did find out via email on Saturday that I've got my disability court date coming up on the 5th of December of this year, actually. So it's been 3 years. I've been waiting 3 years for this. So kind of a big deal. Can't talk about it more than what I just said, so that's it. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know how anybody is really looking forward to being deemed 100% disabled, but yeah, it's been a long time coming, and at my young age, it's pretty fucking sorry. I didn't expect this when I was I didn't see myself. If you would have told me 3 years ago that I wouldn't barely be able to walk and I would have nonstop pain, I'd say you're full of shit. You're crazy. But yeah, 3 years later. And if you would have told me it's going to take you at least a couple, 2 or 3 years before they even hear your case, even if you got a case, I tell you, no fucking way. You full of shit. It's not how it works here in America. Even though I know better. But yeah, that's how it works. And that's how it goes. Unfortunately, but I'm blessed with the fact that I'll be able to have my hearing coming up. So, yay. Good deal. It's a good deal. One other thing that I did, I don't watch a great deal of television. I've been on the Alien Earth. I told you that was an awesome series. You know, so far they've got 3 episodes. Episode 4 comes out tomorrow. It's every Tuesday. I forgot what time it comes out, but it comes out every Tuesday night. Episode 3 was awesome. Leaves you wanting more. It's dark. It's got a lot of things that are going on in the background that if you're paying attention to it, you know. And it's kind of steering you in the direction of both Alien and Predator. And I don't want to give too much away because I don't know how many people have seen it, how many people haven't seen it, but it's well worth the watch. I highly recommend it. Alien Earth is good. Another movie I actually watched was on Netflix, and it was called Barbarian. Interesting movie. You know what? Let me pull up. I'll just pull up a trailer of it. Make it easier. Make it easier. Push the easy button, shall we? Yeah. All right, hold on here. I'll share the screen here in just a moment. In case you are not familiar with the movie, it's a little difficult to explain. It's dark and twisted and disgusting, and I loved it. It was well worth the watch. And let me share the screen. You guys can check out this preview. It's on Netflix right now. It's available. Check it out if you're into scary movies, gory, nasty movies, whatever you want to call it. I enjoyed it. Let me make sure we got it up here. We do. Let's play this trailer.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
This is 476 Barbary, right?
Yeah, I'm renting this place.
No, I booked it a month ago.
Are you sure you have the right place?
Yeah. What am I supposed to do?
Why don't you come inside and we'll call these idiots? Why don't you just crash here?
Oh, no.
I don't know if you got a great look at this neighborhood, but I don't think you should be out there by yourself. It's dry and there's a lock on the door. By the way, I'm Keith.
Tess.
You take the bedroom and I'll sleep out here on the couch.
God.
Keith?
This process might seem overwhelming, but with a little practice, it can soon become a pleasurable experience. This is perfectly natural.
Yeah, so I checked that movie out. The best way I could describe it is, imagine Hills Have Eyes in an urban setting. Yeah. The Hills Have Eyes in an urban setting. Yeah. That'd be pretty close to it. But like I said, it's gory, it's nasty, it's filthy, it's disgusting. It's a great movie. I think you guys will enjoy it. I enjoyed it. And like I said, it's not the scariest movie, or it's not the grossest movie, nastiest movie. It's not going to give you nightmares or anything like that, but it's, you know, an entertaining watch, we shall say. The other thing that I've been kind of following, but I haven't spoke on it yet, is this, and I'll speak on it now. Scottie Pippen has been making some news lately about his predictions in way of Bitcoin. And he's saying that the creator, inventor of Bitcoin has been coming to him in his sleep. Let's just, you know what? Let's just listen to it. Let me find a clip here. Scottie Pippen talks Bitcoin. Yeah, here we go.
You mentioned you met Satoshi in Seattle in 1993. You
Yes.
also
Here, let's start over. Sorry.
you mentioned you met Satoshi in Seattle in 1993. You
Yes.
He also came to you in a dream. You have a nice relationship with Satoshi.
I feel like I do.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a story to tell. Definitely have an opportunity to meet him back in 1993.
Joining me now, NBA legend Scottie Pippen. Scottie, I got to tell you, Michael Saylor gave you that look like, okay, my man, we want to hear this story, so I'm glad you came on the show to share it with us.
He definitely gave me a beautiful look after I said that. But yes, I was actually telling him that I met him in 1993. But more so, currently, I was able to speak to him in a dream.
In 1993, what were those circumstances, though? And did you know about the bit? Did he explain Bitcoin to you way back then?
No, he didn't explain it to me then. If so, I would have been a lot further ahead of the game. And like most people, I sort of got out the gate late. I started really learning about Bitcoin last year. I think it was around 33,000 or so per coin. So I really started to study the whole world and just try to get a little bit more educated about it.
All right. So Scottie Pippen has the creator of Bitcoin coming into his dreams. And he supposedly met this mystery man that nobody else has back in 1993. Okay. So, I don't know what to say about that because I think it's kind of batshit crazy. Let me look it up more way here. See if there's something else that comes up. Oops. I wish I understood, Scotty. I wish. I just don't. NBA legend. It's been going on for a while now. He's been having like a year's worth of dreams with this guy. That's crazy. All right. What do you want, Scotty? What exactly are you on? You're on some shit here. Michael Saylor's reaction to Scottie Pippen claiming he met Satoshi. Let me see this.
Mentioned you met Satoshi in Seattle in 1993. You have a nice relationship with Satoshi.
I feel like I do.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a story to tell. Definitely have an opportunity to meet him back in 1993.
Mentioned you met Satoshi.
I don't know. I'll have to do a little bit more research about this. Like I said, the story's been, 9 months in the making. There's 3 minutes and 43 seconds of him talking about the same thing we just heard a synopsis, a brief summary of. And I'm not going to listen to 12 minutes and 43 seconds about. No. Michael Saylor shuts down bold 93 Bitcoin creator claim. I don't know. If he met him in 93, great. Who the hell is he? Or he chooses to stay anonymous. Whatever. Don't know. But what's he telling you in your dreams? What's he saying in your dreams to you, Scotty? What's going on? What with your dreams? I don't know. Super weird. Don't get it. Don't understand it. I don't know. Maybe he is having, this guy come and somehow be able to go in Scotty's head and weird. Anyway, I don't know if there's anything else that really interested me, but anything new here going on in the world. Yeah, this Kilmar Abrego, held in Virginia after taken back into custody. I don't know what to tell you. This shit's, we got other shit going on. This is like, I don't know how this is even the top story, but go back to Uganda. I don't know what to tell you. If you're not here illegally, player, you shouldn't be here. Just like breaking into somebody's house, man. You don't do that and expect there not to be a repercussion from it. Yeah, violent weekend in Kansas City, several dead, others injured. Great. It's wonderful. That's why I hate the fucking news. Witnesses, deadly downtown shooting, seeing friends shot. I don't even know about this shit. And I live in Kansas City. That's how little I pay attention to it. Let's see what they've got.
To those stories, but first tonight, 3 people, including a teenager, remain in the hospital after a deadly shooting early yesterday morning.
Now, police tell us the 3 are stable and recovering. They were hurt in a shooting in a parking lot at 13th and Grand Boulevard in downtown Kansas City. 2 other men were also shot and died from their injuries. KSHB 41 News reporter Lily O'Shea Becker returned to the area today, where she met a teenager who was there this weekend when the shots broke out.
She shares his voice, along with the voices of city leaders looking for ways to prevent this type of violence.
Me and 4 of my friends, and we were hanging out, trying to have some fun in this parking lot.
15-year-old Miles Clancy said he and his friends drove this gray Camry to this parking lot at 13th and Grand to hang out early Sunday morning. He said they met up with a couple of others.
I think pretty much every parking space was full. Everybody was here for cool cars and stuff, just like a little hangout.
Miles says a fight broke out and a shootout between multiple people followed.
I ran behind this dispensary here, that little brick wall, hid behind there until the shot stopped, and I come back and he's on the ground. So I'm helping him in the car. I'm holding his head up while he's laying in the back seat.
Miles is talking about his 16-year-old friend. He said that friend was caught in the crossfire.
I didn't leave the hospital until I knew he was okay, and then I went home, and now I'm back here.
He said 3 others in his group were shot. 2 died. Miles returned to the parking lot on Monday to retrieve his phone from his friend's car.
Just 6 weeks ago, I had a lot of conversations with business owners around that area who talked to me about this particular surface parking lot.
Mayor Quinton Lucas introduced an ordinance last Thursday to regulate this and similar privately owned parking lots. He said there is a deeper issue at the core of shootings, but this would be a step towards safety.
What we need to actually have is private property owners who step up and make sure a few simple things happen. Lighting, security, that they're calling 911 if there is an incident where people are congregating.
In a statement to KSHB 41 News, the owner of the parking lot, Kopig and Brooks, says it's actively working to explore additional resources and solutions to, quote, ensure downtown continues to be a safe and welcoming place for everyone. City Council member Crispin Reyes says he wants to talk with surface parking lot owners before making a decision on the ordinance.
We need to at least have the conversation about how we work together to make sure these hot spots don't continue to create violence in the community.
Violence this 15-year-old hasn't seen before.
Very eventful, very loud and scary. Not something I'm too used to.
I also spoke with Miles' mom, who was tearful and said that this was a wake-up call and that she's just grateful her son was uninjured. Reporting in Kansas City, Lily O'Shea Becker, KSHB 41 News.
And that's what's going on in Kansas City. So we got that. Israel strikes Gaza, yada, 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 killing at least 20. Terrorists are bad. We don't negotiate with terrorists at all, period. So Trey Hendrickson ends his holdout, and he got paid. So congratulations, son of ex-UFC champ appears to attack pro wrestler at LA show. All right. Breaking news, Joe Mixon to miss first 4 games of the season with ankle foot injury. Well, sorry, Texan fans. In entertainment news, Lil Nas X arrested, charged with battery on police. What? Look at this motherfucker. The fuck? 4 felonies? Oh.
Mr. Hall, you have a right to a speedy preliminary hearing. Do you understand and give up that right? Yes.
After spending 4 nights behind bars, Lil Nas X, in a blue jail-issued jumpsuit, stood emotionless behind a secured area as he pled not guilty to 4 felonies, including 3 counts of battery with injury on a police officer. If convicted, he faces years in prison.
Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that.
The 26-year-old reportedly punched a police officer in the face twice after being spotted by TMZ wandering the streets in nothing but underwear and cowboy boots.
I actually know of no evidence that drugs were involved. He's won 2 Grammy Awards.
Ironically, Lil Nas X's Industry Baby video shows him in jail with both those Grammys. Today, he posted the $75,000 bail and agreed to abstain from illegal drugs and also attend 4 Narcotics Anonymous meetings a week or enroll in an outpatient drug program. He's due back in court September 15th, and outside, his father said his son is remorseful.
He's going to get the help that he needs, and just keep him in your prayers, but he's in great spirits.
Meanwhile, Britney Spears continues to spark fan concern on social media.
Would you hold it against me?
The 43-year-old posted this nude photo while calling her 14-month marriage to Sam Asghari a, quote, fake distraction.
This is the happiest time of our lives, and we're just enjoying it.
Britney says she used it to cope with being estranged from her sons, writing, "I was cut off from calling or texting, and my secret to survival was denial."
The boys have decided that, you know, they're not seeing her right now.
Britney did reunite with both sons last Christmas, and in June, she posted this photo of 18-year-old Jaden towering above her. As for Sam, the Traitors star has moved on with real estate agent Brooke Irvine and has never spoken negatively about Britney in the press.
Divorce, separation, breakups suck, but I'm always going to be grateful and happy that it ever even happened.
Yeah, well, you know, crazy shit happens. As far as sports go, Chiefs lost. First team looked good. Nothing to worry about. We're good. What's this? React to Cracker Barrel logo controversy. What's the controversy on the Cracker Barrel? Cracker Barrel released a statement following backlash over a rebranded logo. What is it? You know what? I don't even give a fuck. Tech news. Fuck about that either. World news. Let's breeze through there real quick. Terrorists. Nope, we don't fuck with them. Illinois Governor Pincer warns Trump do not come to Chicago. Oh, really? What you gonna do? Challenge him to a pie eating contest? Greasy looking motherfucker. What are you talking about? Don't come to Chicago. We'd be doing you a favor to come to Chicago, clean up that shithole. Fucking Parkway Gardens and shit. Fuck it. Or O Block, sorry. Yeah. Science news. Some shit reached the International Space Station and then nothing blew up, so that's great. And the KFF Health News reporter discusses investigation into CDC's handling of Texas measles outbreak. Get vaccinated for measles? I don't know. Fuck. Stay away from other people if you got that shit. I don't know what else to tell you. That's just fucking strange. Fucking need to fucking be reminded of that. Anyway, guys, gals, folks, that's all I got today. I just wanted to get on here and mainly share with you my thoughts about the debate the other night. Like I said, shit happens sometimes. It's not perfect, but we learn from it and we make it better. Yeah, I know I'm in Kansas City. I'm a Raiders fan too, boy. It's my other squad. Why? Because we have fucking monsters like Lyle Alzado, fucking Alzado. It's my man. Fucking Jewish, baby. See this fucking star? See this fucking star? You know what this means? It means don't fuck with the chosen people. That's exactly what it means. Anyway, I'm your boy Mad Max with the facts. You hear me? That's right. And this is the So Fucking Great Variety Show. And before we head out, you know what we're going to do? We're going to listen to the greatest song ever made. That's right, the Mad Max song. Let's let Mad Max take us out of here with that jam. But before we do that, real quick, I'd like to give another big shout out to Grassroots KC, grassrootskc.com. Use code MAX10. Save yourself some green on some green, baby. You know you're going to do it. Just do it. Why are you still here waiting? Because you're about to hear the greatest song on earth. Smart. All right, here we go. Let's get it.
On Mad Max TV, we talk about it all, from touchdowns to controversies big and small. Come join our community, we're all are welcome. From sports to the mysterious, there's no boredom. Open your mind, embrace the unknown. On Mad Max TV, we talk about it all, from touchdowns to controversies big and small. Come join our community, we're all are welcome. From sports to the mysterious, there's no boredom. Open your mind, embrace the unknown. Yeah, on Mad Max TV, we talk about it all, from touchdowns to controversies big and small. Come join our community, we're all are welcome. From sports to the mysterious, there's no boredom. Open your mind, embrace the unknown. Yeah. On Max TV, we talk about it all, from touchdowns to controversies big and small. Come join our community, we're all are welcome. From sports to the mysterious, there's no boredom. Open your mind, embrace the unknown. Yeah, on Mad Max TV, we talk about it all, from touchdowns to controversies big and small. Come join our community, we're all are welcome. From sports to the mysterious, there's no boredom. Open your mind, embrace the unknown. Yeah.
I know it's a beautiful song. I made it. I'm aware. Thank you all again so much for being here. This is your boy Mad Max on another one. And we're going to be back again tomorrow. Same bad channel, same bad place, maybe a different bad time. No, we don't know. Right now, we took it a little bit earlier to see how that goes. We roll with it the way we roll with it. Otherwise, thank you all. Y'all are the best. Bounce.